Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this is my review for Love and Marriage Huntsville and also Love and Marriage DC. Okay, I hope everyone is having a great Sunday, a great relaxing Sunday, a great amazing sun of the day. Okay, we just want here for a little chit chat about two shows. I have not watched Carlos King's The Nightcap yet, so anything said in there, I don't know. I'll watch it after this, and if it's something worth talking about, maybe we'll come on later and talk about that, but I'm not sure. I may do that tomorrow. Okay, but y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. To become on JayBird, dun, okay, and dun, okay. For some reason, excuse me, y'all. My signal is this signal is always crazy. I don't know why it does that, but sometime after a few minutes, the signal gets better. So we'll see how it works in about 10 to 20 minutes or whatever. Okay, but again, please make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and dun. Okay, around here. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and also on Twitter because that's where I be most times. Okay, when I'm not right on YouTube, I'm probably on social media, okay, saying things and doing things and whatnot, okay, as we see. But hey, y'all, okay, hair pulled back, I'm saying a little bun on or whatever, a little lipstick, whatever, a little easy breezy Sunday, okay. My camera must be on, the whole 10 whatever it is. I'm gonna cut it down to standard definition and hopefully that'll help. uh I need Comcast to hurry up and send me my new Wi-Fi box because if not, I'm gonna start having to, punch them right in the face. Okay. Let's see. She probably can't film with the Holtz. Okay. But hey, y'all. Hey to everyone who was here watching the live. Also to those who will be watching the real play. Now, I just watched both episodes, okay, of DC and also of Huntsville, and I feel like what's foolish is going on and some trickery too. Okay, Roller on the floor laughing at Tisha with your friend because Tisha need to come get her damn family. Okay, Tisha absolutely needs to get her family because I'm like they got on my nerve. I was very confused. I was like, what show am I watching? What's going on? Okay, but hey, hello to everyone. Okay, go ahead and tap a little like, hit the little like button. Okay, it is always greatly appreciated. Okay, it has been a busy week, honey. It's been so much going on. I have been live, damn it every day. Okay, damn it every day. Eating all I didn't watch, so I'm waiting to hear the review. Oh, well, thank you for coming around here to get my review of both shows and whatnot. Okay, because you can be anywhere else, but you are here with me today. Okay, and I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all being around here when I'm not on camera. Okay, when I am on camera. when I mean loud or when I mean quiet. Okay. But again, I appreciate it all nonetheless. Okay. I'll leave that off right now. I just want y'all know the first 5 or so minutes, it's just me trying to make sure I'm acknowledging people I can see at first before. And let me say this, okay? And this is not to check anybody in particular, but every time folks watch the replay, it's weird to me when they be like, oh my God, your intro is so long. When will you get to the point? The first 5 or so minutes of a live is to give folks time to do what? Get in the live. So for anyone who happens to be watching replays of our lives, you do know you can just fast forward through the intro because it's not live. We're not waiting for anyone to come around here. Okay. But I was like, why people always say that? I'm like, it's a point to let I say it's a point to allow people time to get in here so I don't start talking at the 30-second mark and people don't get in here until 10 minutes in. And for the first 10 minutes, I've been talking to myself and then gotta repeat myself. So for anyone who may not know, the whole point of the waiting room music, the whole intro part, it's going in, making sure we're saying hello to folks. It should just give everybody time for you to say, hey, guess what? JayLee Live, get on over here. And then we get started with our day. But if you're watching the replay, please, my loves, hey, my sweet babies, okay? Make sure you can always fast forward through. We don't mind that, not at all. Okay, but hey, everybody, are the folks that confused by the whole intro is long? See, I did not even see this comment, but I don't know why I thought that. See, are the folks that confused on why the intro is long? I hope not. I really hope not, because that's the whole point of it, okay? Hey, to everybody. You may need to watch the teacher this was on there. Yeah, I figured that, but because I had this live already set up, and I was like, man, I ain't had time. It's been a long day. But I'm like, I'll rewatch it. And if I and when I watch it, I'll make that a whole separate live to have that conversation about what they said and whatnot. So I may come back on here live at like, I don't know, 7:30. I'm not sure, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna watch it though for sure. Hold on. Well, happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Sunday to you. And stuff. Okay. But hey. Make sure those who complain about the intro and the replay hit the button called fast forwards. Okay. And hit the like button too. Thank you for, that's what it's supposed to be. Is T family gonna get there? Honey, we're gonna, I told you I was confused. I was so absolutely confused. It's weird to me. Does anyone think the Scots are getting spun off? We shall see. If they don't, I won't be watching it. You know what I'm saying? It's just foolishness all up and through. Okay. But it has been 8 minutes. So, you have, yeah. I was so surprised at so many comments on different videos for all the lives I done. Why the intro so long? When she gonna get, I'm like, you watching a replay. You watching a replay. When you watch a movie, when I watch a movie, I skip past the intro shit. I don't need to know what Lions Gate or whatever. But some people, and I think people just may not know. You know, let's get into what we came here to get into, which is the foolishness between DC and also between Huntsville. Okay, now we're going to start with DC because I feel like, DC should just be first because we'll end it with, what's some people called? I mean, the Huntsville folk. We see the episode picks up right where the last one left off, where we see it was, new looks. So we see that, is her name Amber? Ashley? Is it Ashley? Yes, it is Ashley. I always forget her name. I don't know why. Ashley's new confessional look, and also we see Monique and Chris have new looks as well. I feel like they're going for a whole regal queens, ball gowns, look this for this particular show because their confessional looks are just so extra a little bit like not even really fashion, like they dress to go to a ball somewhere. Okay, and I'm like, if y'all going to a ball somewhere, that's cool, but I don't know, and I'm not trying to be picky and nitpicky or whatever, but I'm like, it just gives I'm going to a ball. Okay, because when you got their gloves on, honey, and a do rag, that's a fancy do rag, a little head wrap scarf or whatnot. Okay, fine. I think both look great. I think Chris and Monique look great. And so does Ashley. Okay. Ashley always look the same. She looks great, honey. It is what it is. Now we also seen that Winter had two confessional looks, okay? Two different looks at that. Okay. We had, long hair Winter. We also had sad hair, short hair Winter. I prefer her in the all white look. It just looks good. And not because I like her hair better, because y'all may not know, I do not like the whole wet hair look for no reason. I don't. It's a difference between like if you have like naturally curly hair or you maybe just got a shower, so your hair is still drying, but nobody is sitting on the couch doing confessionals with wet hair. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So, for me, I'm like, no, thank you. I don't mind her outfit. It's giving me, what I'm saying, if I was in the 1900s, or maybe a little harlot, my dress and my skirt would be short. Okay, I'll be short, but I still like it. I like the color; it fits her. Okay, her skin she looks gorgeous in both looks, but I prefer the white suit. Okay, because it just looks better in my opinion. But you know, I guess so. You know, let's see. Not as much as we gonna get on that family once we get to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm because I have comments about that I want to save until I get there. Okay. Yeah, it's a fancy do rag is what Monique had on. Winter is very pretty. Okay, it's very pretty. The white ensemble looks good. Looks good and stuff. The white outfit is gorgeous. I agree. That's a clean shaven head, like she gets the razor too. I wonder why she doesn't get a fade. I don't know. But I don't mind her half shaven head. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really bother me at all. But I like the white look that she had on. Okay. But however, the episode picks up right where the last one left off, and they're having a conversation at the table with Winter, Arena, Ashley, and Tasha. Now Tasha is a limp. I mean, Natasha's sitting over there in the corner by herself because, I guess that's what it is. I always find it weird when, there are more people to a scene, but somebody be sitting there and either doesn't say anything or production cuts out all their lines and what they say. It's just weird to me. But again, Tasha is a lamp over there just sitting or whatever. So Winter brings up like for her, I just want you, Ashley, to get to know me better, get to know me outside of what I went through with my ex-husband and my future ex-husband. Like I'm more than just those divorces and those relationships. Okay. And Ashley agrees, I want to get to know you because all I've heard is about those men. Okay. I want to know you. I'm like, I don't believe that. I feel like Winter could have said anything about her life, and I feel like before Winter spoke on her situation, for some reason, Ashley did not like her. I don't know if it's because she had already heard about Winter, had prejudged Winter, but I told y'all last week, I do not like anybody who I feel like is trying to be the villain and trying to be the mean girl. Even if that's not who they are, that's the role they have accepted within themselves. For me, I think my fave this season may actually be Arena. Even though I'm a need her not to try to play both sides, which Winter mentioned later. But I do feel like, she seems the most sensible so far. And so I like Irena the most, right now. But I mean, I still don't like Ashley, only because I feel she came on with the purpose to be the villain. And I don't like that. Okay. Now, Tasha also brings up how we're all friends of Monique. So we all really should try to get along. I'm like, Tasha, to be the lamp. Okay. Be the lamp. Okay. Anyway. Irena then brings up, like for her, I get, having issues in your marriage and I get things of that nature because of me and Jamie, we have had issues over the years as well. Like in the past, we both, cheated in some sort of way. but we're good now. Okay. Ashley then brings up how before her and Quick got married, they had also cheated on each other too. A little tit for tat. Tit for tat. I'm like, oh, so that's why I feel like, how can y'all judge Winter for the mistakes that happened in her marriage, that those marriages did not work out? Y'all just happen to stay with y'all men because both of y'all are admitting to the same issue or some of the same issues that she's went through, except y'all stayed and she left. Okay. But I'm going to leave that alone because everyone does not leave a spouse based on cheating. That ain't what happens all the time. Okay. But anyway, both Arena and Abby also bring up how for them currently, as long as they don't see or hear or on their own that their men are cheating, they're not looking for any evidence of that happening. Meaning, they may be cheating out there, but I don't see it in my face. I don't hear it from anybody, so I'm not going to go out there searching, even if I feel like cheating could possibly be going on. I was like, wow. Okay. You mean the lady that said as long as she doesn't see it coming, you like her? That's yeah, because I think that's everybody in their own marriage or relationship has to do what works for them. I've said that myself. I say, look, I think someone saying as long as I don't see it happening, he can do it. They're not saying yes, cheat on me, but hide it from me. They're saying if someone is cheating and I have no idea, how can I sit around here and be mad? So that's what I get from what Arena said. That I'm not going to be out here searching and hoping and thinking he's cheating, and I'm looking for that. If I think he's not cheating and he is cheating, but I don't know it, why would I try to cause chaos? So that's what I got for what they said. But again, everyone has to do what kind of works for them. So I don't say at all, hey, cheat on me all you want. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. But if you out here doing shit and I just don't know, then I just don't know. What am I supposed to do if I don't know? I'm not gonna because if I have to search for shit, I'm gonna leave you. Because I don't want to be bothered. Because you want BS. So that's what I thought she meant. Or that was my perception of what she meant. Okay. But anyway, I mean, different strokes for different folks. Okay. Now we do see Ashley then goes and have a conversation with Quick's manager. Okay. Quick eventually got there too. So for me, this is something that I would not want to do, but I get why she did it. So basically, Ashley went to Quick's manager to say, I need some time with me and my husband. And since you manage your schedule, I need you to arrange. Okay. I need you to not be booking him for all these gigs and all these things and all these days. Okay. I want it to be what it is. Let me see. Because I can agree with her. What she doesn't know won't hurt. If you look for, you shall find. And that's what I believe. Now, if you think something's happening because you're seeing little shit around, and then you start inquiring, that's fine. But if I don't feel like nothing's wrong, I'm not going to force it to be in the back of my head. He probably cheating, so I should go look through his phone. Like I'm not gonna do that. And I'm not gonna do that at all, because you get your feelings hurt. If I'm going to play catchback, I'm trying to hurt your feelings, but that's why I don't play that game. I'll just leave. Right? I'll be like, bye, bye. I'm done. Okay. But with Quick, his manager and his wife having a conversation, she really just wants Quick to stop working so much, and Quick won't stop working so much because she's asking him. And my thing is, if I'm telling my husband I need more time, I need more of that, I never want to have to go to his manager to force that to happen. Because I would want my husband to want that to happen on his own accord. Because I'm telling him what I need from him. So for me, I was like, Quick, you can't do what she asking you, bro. All she said is, don't take 15 gigs, take 7. You still working. So, it is what it is. But to me, Quick just wants to consistently be out here partying and bullshitting. And that's what it is. Okay. Now, Quick was like, I'm surprised to come in here and see my wife and my manager talking. But again, it is what it is. And, I have made, I have in the past worked too much. So how about this? If y'all allow me to work all this year, just work, 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 that next year, it'll be more vacation and more relaxed time because I worked for a full year. They also bring up how at point in times he's worked so hard and had so many parties or whatever. Then when coming home at night, he'd be so tired that he crashed his car. I was like, not crashing a car, not. And I was like, if he's that tired and y'all know he that tired, why he need a driver? Because it's an hour from the city to where they live. He needs a driver. If I'm going to work that hard, and I know at the end of the day I'm too tired to drive home, I would hire. That would be part of my expenses. I need a driver on the days I know for a fact I'm going to be working late, so that way I can sleep in the back seat. I don't have to drive. Okay, and to me that's easier than saying, hey, let's get a hotel near where you work. No, I would just say, give me a driver and let someone drive me home. Let that be their, thing that they're supposed to do that keeps me safe. Why is my signal so low, y'all? What is going on here? Can y'all hear me? Is it glitching a lot on y'all end? Let me know in the comment section, please, and thank you. But let's move on to Arena talking to her son, Jason. Okay, Jason is their son who has a visual disability. I don't know if he's fully blind or if he is just like partially blind. I'm not sure, but we know for a fact that he's visually impaired is what it is. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, thank y'all. Because I want to be sure because I don't want to be sounding crazy now. I don't want to be sounding crazy. Okay, so thank y'all. Let's see. As a self-diagnosed workaholic, I understand him. And I do too, but I'm like, I want him, if he knows it, he should try to fix it. And not like I don't want him to stop working, but again, don't do 15 events, do 7, do 8, maybe do 10. I don't know. Anyway, Arena speaks with her son Jason. So Jason is 21 years old, and Jason wants to kind of be able to be independent. He's 21. He's visually impaired, and there are things that he just will not be able to do. Okay, and that's just what it is. However, what we can see is his mom supports him and wanting to be independent, but she's also realistic and thinking, I'm going to still have to help him with certain things. Like he can't go out and drive, and where he can't go out and do things for himself, he will always need someone's help to do things, even though there are things he can do on his own. And, she brings up how he wants to go to a program called DOORS, which stands for Disability Rehabilitation Services. Where kids can go learn to get a job and just get on-the-job skills and learn how to be more independent as they get older. And we have those kind of things here in Detroit too, or in Michigan as well. But they're waiting to see if he would get, approved for that program. And so when Jason tells Arena how he really wants to do stuff with computers, he would love to work for Apple, and that's kind of what he wants to do. But he feels like Jamie's father really is forcing him to want to DJ, forcing him to want to go to school for DJing or whatever and be that. And he's like, but I just don't want to do that. I feel like I don't. When he said, I feel like as a person with a disability, I can do whatever I want to do. I just have to do it differently. And he feel like his dad doesn't think that way. Okay. Yeah, he is also a favorite of mine, Jason. I feel like he seems so innocent, that it's charming to see that he ain't trying to cause no drama. He ain't trying to be on no BS. He just really wants to say, hey, I want to try this, and I don't want to do what my dad wants me to do. So Raina brings up how, well, for one, Jason Jason liked music when he was like a kid, like 7, 8, 9. At that point, he loved music. Currently, he's not really into that like that. Okay, not at all. And I'm like, that's true. Let's see, I'm getting on my tea about CK. Put out the YouTube on Team Black Out. I don't know what that. I don't know what team. I don't know what any that is. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that be. Okay. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know. Jamie isn't going to listen to his son. I think he pressures or intimidates Jason into speaking his truth. I think warning education work at Apple is great. I agree about that. But what was I just saying? I forgot. Oh, but he brings up how, well, they talk about how, well, you need to let your dad know that you do not want to go to DJ school. Okay, because if you don't want to do that, it's fine. Your dad would just have to understand that, and it'll be what it is. And then he like, well, I want you to tell dad. Jason does not want to have the conversation with his father because like, I feel like if I tell him that, he'll have an attitude. And I'm like, I can tell that's probably true, that Jamie is a person or father that feels that he knows best. A father knows best. And when his kids come to him about whatever their differences are, he does seem like the person who will catch a whole attitude. And I'm like, because he's on bullshit, okay? And so Rain said, well, we'll have a whole family dinner and then we'll talk about it and everything. I'm saying at the end of the day, as a parent, there are things he can't do, and I'll have to help him with that. But I do want him to have a conversation because he's 21, and I get he's frustrated with just wanting to be a typical, 21-year-old, but he can't do that. So I like the fact that she understands both sides of what he wants to do, but also what he can't do, and she wants to be able to help him balance both. I'm like, come on now. That's why I say I think she's my favorite. Honestly. Now, Winter and Arena have, some little drinks or whatever to chit and to chat, just two women by themselves. And she brings up how she just wanted to get to know Winter outside of all the back and forth BS with her and Ashley. Okay. But when they up there talking, the first thing what they show us that she asked her was about how she feels about Ashley. And I'm like, well, how you going to get to know me and asking me about somebody else? And Winter thought that too. Like, if you want to get to know me, how about stick to that and ask me questions about myself? Okay, not about me to happy. But I like how she answered the question and said, like, well, look, I feel like, Ashley did apologize for the things that could have came off aggressive or direct. But I get that she's different from me, and me as a woman who understands other people's situations, I would just have not came off so heavy from the gate. And I had that same thought process about Ashley. I said my issue wasn't the question she asked or the fact that she wondered things. It was the way in which she did it. And for me, I always feel like that's in life. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it and how it comes off. And I'm very direct too. So I can get people thinking sometimes for me, like in business, how, she's very aggressive. It's like I am. But I'm not, I don't have any malice behind what I'm saying. And usually if it's some kind of serious situation, I know how to curtail myself to not come off so direct. You kind of pause, step back to be sure that you're not being offensive. So that's the part that I get. I don't get how Noah can see Winter's point was not the question she was asked. It was how it was given to her. And that was her issue. And I'm like, because as adults, sometimes we have to see things differently and not from a place of, well, she wasn't being mean. She may not have been trying to be mean. She may not have been trying to have an attitude, but that's how it came off because that's just how Ashley is, okay? But I'm gonna leave that be. Now, Raina did bring up how for her, she doesn't feel like Ashley is aggressive at all, but she does know that she's very direct and that she will speak what's on her mind when it comes up. I'm like, well, if you say so, okay, if you say so. Now they get on Winter and Kevin, okay? Now Winter said, look, at the end of the day, it's been about 6 months to a year for all that bullshit or whatever. I'm going to keep moving on. I'm only 40 years old. And so I can, keep moving on or whatever. I am celibate right now because I do not want to get myself caught up and being digmatized again. And then he falls into the trap for a third time. And something about Winter I like. And I also feel like there's stuff she's not saying while still being honest with herself. And I like Winter. I do. But I also feel like I have to wait for the rest of the season to be sure she's not tricking me. Because she could be tricking me and I don't want to get tricked, okay? Because that can happen. But I like this conversation. I like this whole, the show was supposed to be about people hanging out, conversation, all that stuff. I like this. This didn't seem to be like staged. It did not seem to be like petty or immature. It was two grown women having conversations amongst themselves. Now, when Winter brings up Arena saying how, both her and Jamie, stepped out or cheated in some kind of way, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what happened? What kind of cheating was it? Okay. And Arena admits, I never sexually cheated on my husband. I never stepped out on him. However, I was entertaining people, commenting on things and sending messages on social media because I was so lonely. Like Jamie was always gone somewhere, doing this or doing that or whatever, and he was also not responding to my calls and stuff. So I feel like, that was how I cheated or whatever. She said she would call him or text him or whatever, and Jamie would not answer, or he'll call her back later. When she said that man would sometimes tell her that he was so tired that he fell asleep at the light, and that's why he could not answer a call. I was like, what? So Jamie, she know for a fact Jamie was cheating because she then said, like, I'm not stupid. Okay, and all his excuses like just sometimes did not make sense. Okay, and I was like, Jamie full of shit. Jamie's fully full of shit. Okay. Because, and I think that's the reason why he doesn't like Irena bringing up when he cheated. Because when she thought he was cheating, because he doesn't want to have to admit to all the things he did when he was out in the streets banging other people. But the fact that she like, I felt something. So because of that, I then went out and did my own thing. I went out and had conversations with people or whatever, but it was all via social media and not more than that. But he found out, and then he was upset with me because he caught me, at least emotionally cheating on him, talking to other people. But I never was able to catch him. Well, because he didn't answer your calls. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they just fall asleep at like, nobody, right? That's kind of stupid. Oh no, not right. She that man told her that he fell asleep at the wheel because he was tired, or he left his phone somewhere, or it was stupid stuff that he would say as to why he wasn't either answering her calls, wasn't home late at night, or just wasn't present. And I think she was cheating emotionally because she was missing that emotion from her husband. And so I'm like, but again, that's on some BS, okay? But she then said that, I'm not stupid. I know things are going on or whatever. However, I did blame myself because I also was too busy for him. So because I'm too busy for him, and me also not at times being in the mood to have sex, I blame myself when I felt like he was out here cheating. I'm just like, no, what? And the thing I love was Winter then talked to her like someone who's been through things. And I think that's what it's so point in how she can talk to people going through things. And that's why I like this scene so much, because it showed how two women in two different phases in life can have a conversation important to each other. And that's what I like so much. But one, like, look, no, he's a grown ass man. Like, you cannot blame yourself for what he did. He's a grown man. He made his own decisions or whatever. And someone has to make a full-fledged decision to cheat. It takes effort to put your penis in someone's vagina. So that isn't your fault. That was his choice. I was like, yes. It was his choice to cheat. It had nothing to do with you. You were not at fault, okay? And Winter then suggests that she knows a sex therapist that she can kind of give them, because Irene brought up that currently, or at least recently, their sex life isn't as hot as it used to be, okay? And also how her sex drive has declined recently while he is still high. And I was like, this was a great conversation. It seemed authentic. It was engaging. It was a lot of communication. It was an open conversation, and no one judged anyone, because it would have been easy. I do feel like if Ashley had been there would have been judgment in some kind of way, either judgment or deflection. And that's the part for me that I feel like this is what we need. We need these scenes of these women getting along and having conversations. So I like this part. Okay. So we then see the family dinner, which I see y'all is already talking about in the chat. The family dinner with the family. Okay. So again, we had Irena and Jamie. Now, all three kids were there too. So we have the daughter in the corner. We also see Jason. And then little Jamie was there too. I had to piece this together like taking to me screenshots. Now Jason brings up how for him, he did not want to have this conversation as a family because he knew that once that happened, everyone would have their opinions on what to do, who should do it, or whatever, and what he should do. He wanted only to have a conversation with his dad, so that would have been a little bit easier than having, mama, daddy, brother, sister, and grandma was there too, all chime in. Now, Arena does say, like, look, Jason does not want to do DJ school, okay? He feels like you're pressuring him to do it, and he does not want to do it. And Jamie looks like, what? What do you mean? What are you saying? He doesn't what? And he seems shocked. You can't be shocked. You can't be shocked. Not at all if he asks me, okay? And now Jason brings up, look, I want to focus on my education, on independent living, over going to DJ school. Now, first of all, they keep saying DJ school. I did not know there was a such thing as DJ school. I really did not. But I guess there's a school for everything, so I guess I just didn't think about it. But fine. But Jamie brings up for him, I just want, it would be great if people could see my son, as or people could see him as someone with a disability doing, DJing events, doing. I'm like, but that ain't what he wants to do. And when he brought up how I wanted to be able to brag about my son, who's in entertainment, who was famous, who was in Hollywood or whatever, I want him to be better than me. I said at that point, Jamie wants Jason to do what he could not do. Jamie wanted to probably be all he could be in the army of the entertainment industry, and he couldn't do any of that. And so for that reason, he wants that to be Jason. And I'm like, Jason, this is the thing too. Even if Jason really can't work at Apple and work on computers, even if that's not what he can do, what he doesn't want to do is fucking DJ. Like, it was crazy to me that your wife and your son said, I don't want to DJ. That's not what I want to do. And your response was, but I want to be the one to be able to see him famous. That's what you want. That's what you want. And when he then said, well, okay, well, the plan A is school. If your plan A is school, what's your plan B? I'm like, who needs a better plan than learning shit? Okay, he then brought up how, if you want to be out here in the world, dating girls or whatever, you're going to need money. And if you need money, DJs make money. And I'm like, there are a lot of things he can do to make money besides DJing. Because it's not like he's saying he does not want to do nothing. He does not want to do DJing. And it's so sad that he can't see that he's forcing his son to do something because that's what he wants. That's it. And when the sister then brings up, well, first of all, I'm happy that he spoke up. I'm saying, I wish we could have this conversation when I was going to school, because I always try to please y'all, and I wanted to do what y'all wanted me to do. I never had a chance to see what I wanted to do, and that's what some parents miss out on. You be so focused on trying to have your kid, live some kind of life, and you put them in a box that they're not happy in. And they've never had a chance to figure out what they want to do. Like my parents, for us, they did not push us to do one thing or the other besides want to do something. Figure out what you want to do and then execute that. And at the end of the day, if you have to work weird jobs to figure out what you want, then do that. But don't do something because we think you should do it, because it won't make you happy. And I'm like, come on now. So the fact that the daughter is like, I don't even know now what else I could do, because I've always been so focused on what y'all wanted from me. And we see now, I like how he's able to speak his truth. I was like, come on now. It was amazing. Yeah, he put down school. This fool said if that's plan A, was plan B. I said, now what's plan B? Not what's plan B. So I was happy that Jason had the support. Well, I also feel like Arena, not that she played both sides, but she tried to both pacify her son and her husband. Because as her son is saying, I don't want to do this. And Jamie said, well, what about that? She said, okay, well, son, would you want to do something else? When Jamie then suggests, well, until you figure out what you want to do, and because you can't always do nothing. Until you figure out what you want to do. I have a friend who has the DA school or whatever, that you can go figure things out until you figure out what you want to do. And she did say, okay, would you want to do it until this or that? And I was like, no, he don't want to do it at all. At all. And then Jamie is upset because mainly he can't get his way. And he then said, well, okay, I'm out of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me nothing. You can't do that. It's like you can't be upset that no one feels like you're the only one right here, that you're the only one with an opinion. And then, oh my God, no, don't. Jamie is for sure the Marceau of this show. Meaning he's the one who feels like he's always right. And most of the time he's wrong. And that's just what it is. And when he like, I would love to work on computers. I would love to work at Apple. Even if he can't work at Apple, at least he can figure out how to work on computers. And you can tell that Jamie kind of doesn't listen to any of his kids. And also, maybe don't even listen to his wife. I think he's stuck in his ways. And he may not even get it. And I don't like it. It makes me mad. Okay? He was on bullshit. And I wanted someone to punch him in the throat. Okay? That's why I allow my kids to be whatever it is they want to be once you become an adult. It's on you. I did my part by raising you. It's up to you to do right, not me. And I think that's what some people don't get. They really feel like, okay, I wanted to do this and I couldn't do this. So let me tell my kids to do what I could not do. And that kind of messes everything up. Because the kid then either does one or two things. Like the daughter did. The daughter just did what they asked her to do. And she's now, I won't say she's unhappy, but she realized that she never had a chance to do anything else. And then we have the son. I don't know the daughter's name, so didn't write her name down. And then Jason just wants to do something different. And he's speaking up for himself and getting pushback. And I'm like, and then the other son, little Jamie, is out here, doing all kind of shit. So it's like you see the three different steps in their kids. So I'm like, her name was Brittany. So Brittany. The fact that Brittany, just feels like, well, shit, I wish I could have, did something different. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows how life could have been different? Because no one should want to do anything that they do not want to do. And why Irena feels like Jamie has good intentions, but he also needs to allow our kids to say how they feel and to do something different. And he don't want to do that. Mom should have done a better job of supporting her son, especially after the daughter made her statement. I also think that scene was cut up a lot, so I don't know. But what I respect about it is Mama tried not to take sides. Because sometimes when you are in a room full of the family and everyone has a different opinion, your position should not be to take sides, but to support everyone in their point of view. So she wasn't telling Jason, okay, do as your father says. She was saying, this is what he does not want to do. Okay, fine. Jamie, you think that, he could, okay, son, would you want to try it until we get you into school? And then when the daughter spoke up, I didn't hear her say anything to the daughter, but I just felt like she was trying to not take sides, but I do wish she would have just if that was the case, maybe don't say that much. So that way your son don't feel like you may be trying to help his father get his point across. But for me, I liked the open conversation outside of Jamie being an asshole and kind of saying, don't ask me shit now. I don't want to. Shut up, Jamie. Shut up, Jamie. Okay. Now, first of all, I want y'all to take a second and like the video because you should always like the video. Because liking is always the thing to do, okay? So now we get on date night. So we see Irena, Jamie, Ashley, and Quick all meet up. I want to be on camera, y'all, and my signal, it keep going out, and I don't want to have the blurriness of it all, and it looks dumb. Okay, but hey, y'all, hey to all the newbies in here who was around here, I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna stay on screen for a second, and hopefully, the screen doesn't look too choppy to y'all. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, if it does, I'm gonna pop off. Why didn't he want Lil Jamie to do it? I'm confused. Lil Jamie Price, what was he in that? You know what I'm saying? Or he maybe tried to make Lil Jamie do something different. So I don't know. It's weird, okay? But date night for the couples and anything. So Jamie brings up to them, how Jason does not want the DJ. And how, I don't get it because he loves music. I don't get how he does not want DJ. And when Quick said him loving music and him wanting to do music are two different things. And at times we force feed our kids to do what we think they should do. And I was like, Quick making sense and shit. Not him making sense. I was okay. And I like how he worded it. Like, him liking something or loving something does not mean he wants to do that. Like, I love movies. I don't want to be an actress. I want to watch them, though. I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the fact that Jamie, who's also older, you know what I'm saying, doesn't get simple shit like that. It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? Pop up things I can see is being weird. But that to me shows how he's stuck in his ways, how he is stuck in my way is the best way, so that's the way it should be. And I'm like, but that's not how it should be at all. Because what happens is your kids will end up resenting you for forcing them to do shit. Period. Okay, so we also get into Raina then brings up how her dinner with Winter. And how Winter brought up how she knows it's a therapist they could try. And they're like, what? And y'all having a bad sex? Y'all having a bad sex life? How bad is the sex? So the fact that Jamie also seems to not want to have any conversation on issues in their marriage. I never know why y'all on the show. It's weird. You got Ashley who don't want no new friends. We also have now Jamie who does not want to have conversations based on their marriage. What did you round here for? For what? Okay. And Raina also brings up, well, first of all, we've been, together for 30 years, and some things, it's ups and downs, including our sex life. And Jamie feel like, look, I think we're fine. I think we're okay or whatever. But the fact that your wife was telling you we have an issue, how can you think y'all fine? I don't get it. Okay. He brings it up for him. I'm already ready to go. I'm always sitting up ready to go. Okay. I'm also the one to always initiate sex with my wife. And at times when I'm trying to, even give her head, when he said she turned him down, when he offered, I said, not head. Who turns down head? No one turns down head. Okay. And Raina said, well, I just feel like you telling me turn over is like not getting me in the mood. So her thing is not that. I don't even think her libido was slowed down. I think Jamie just expects for her to bang him, and she like, no. What she did also said, it seemed like, you're not as young as you used to be. So, you've aged a bit, and your tongue giving, head giving job. Okay? Because I don't care how tired I am. At the end of the day, head wakes everyone up, men and women alike. Okay, and that's just what it is. Even when you're too tired to have sex, head gives you energy. It's a booster if done right. Okay, right. If I keep sweat with nobody, nobody does that. So to me, that's weird that he don't realize it's an issue in their marriage. Jamie not making her. That could be it. That could be it. And she goes, I don't want to do that. I hope ain't no teeth involved. I really hope, but we don't know. Okay. And make her feel objectified because you come to me like, okay, turn over. I'm not even in the mood. I'm not even moist around them. Do something to like, where's the foreplay, sir? Give me some kisses, some hugs, some rub. Okay, rub my butt, rub my thigh. rub my boobs, do something other than say, hey, turn over. It's like, that ain't how it works. So she probably is just tired of the bullshit between them. But she's telling him, or just even saying in general, hey, we have an issue to where I'm speaking about it, but you're kind of ignoring it the same way you ignore your son not wanting to DJ. You're ignoring me saying, you don't get me in the mood anymore. Irena can let Jamie get on top. Then once he's done, she can finish herself off with the way. Nah, no, ma'am. No. If we can't, I'm trying to figure the right way to say this, to not get fact. If we can't make each other have a great finish, I don't want to help you finish. I don't want you to hump on top of me to get your rocks off, and then I have to manually get mine off. No, I think people have to get back into making it fun, making it enjoyable. It should not be a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, at all. Especially when you've been married for all that time. Figure out ways, and I think that's her point. I want to make it spicy again. And he thinks spicy is him asking her to turn over. Turn over. No, I don't. Who wants, and I get, and there are times, when the point of, stuff is to let the other person get off because you want to give them something special. Okay, cool. If you want to give someone something special, cool, let that happen. But we should not be in the mode of like having to allow men to get they rocks off, but they don't get ours off, and then we have to figure things out for ourselves. No, if you got yours off, sit around here until I get mine off. Figure it out. Play Connect 4. Do something. Because I'm not going to be around here to just turn over. No, you turn over. You do that, not just me. And I like the fact that Irena is open enough and saying, hey, this is what's going on. Let's fix it. And he feel like we don't need no help. Yes, y'all do. Oh, y'all need help because she turning her head down. It's one thing to turn down sex. Because sex takes energy. You have to be doing acrobats and shit. It takes time. So it's one thing you like, I don't feel like having sex. But when someone's offering you to give you head, which technically makes you finish, okay? It gets, the river's flowing, okay? And she's saying no to that. It means she don't look forward to herself being pleased by you or what comes after. That's the crazy part. And he don't get it. Okay? And it's crazy because he feel like, oh, you should not be bringing up our stuff. You should not be around here bringing up our issues in front of people. It's like, no. You should, okay? And then when she also brings up how her and Winter discuss cheating or whatever, and quick and asking, well, first of all, you need to give him sex. And what I liked and didn't like was like, don't make it seem like because she ain't giving him sex, he has the right to cheat, or that maybe why he cheated. Don't do that. But I also feel like if you're not giving him sex, something could happen. It shouldn't happen, but it could. Because you're not giving him sex or you're not letting him eat cooch. So he ain't getting nothing at home. So there at least needs to be some kind of conversation. But she's trying to open up that conversation, and he thinking, hey, okay, y'all, if y'all ain't fucking, y'all not okay at all. But his issue right now is I can't believe she's openly discussing, our issue. Y'all on a show about couples. So shut up, Jamie. Okay. And lastly, for DC, we seen Monique and Chris who are back from their trip. They unpacking and talking. Look, Monique and Chris did a whole hour live last night that I have up on my channel. Go ahead and watch it. And I do feel like the conversation Chris and Monique had on their live opens the door to a whole bunch of opinions. Because I see two different things within the Chris and Monique situation. I see a married couple going through typical married couple things. However, I also see a married couple going through typical married couple things who are opening themselves up for a whole bunch of judgment. Because I can see the flaw in them both. I can see by the live they did yesterday and by this that Monique is fed up. However, her being fed up isn't helping Chris change and grow. At the same time, I feel like Chris has gotten used to the role he plays and the role Monique plays, and he don't want to change, or he does not have the capacity to change as fast as she wants him to. Because on the live, Chris admitted to needing to change and not doing it fast enough until now. And I think some people will watch the live they did, and also this thing, because when I watched the scene, and in this scene, I felt like Monique, one got the job on the radio show. We know that she's on the show now. But she brings up how, she felt like on the trip to Africa that Chris should have had or could have had a aha moment that could help them, grow as a couple. And how God should have shown Chris or, some kind of epiphany that would help him change. And she asked Chris, so did you have an aha moment? And when Chris said, well, no, she got upset because he didn't have something she thought he should have. I was like, how the fuck you mad at Chris? Let me get back on screen. How you mad at Chris for not having an aha moment when that may not be what he had? And it was weird for me to see her be visibly upset about it. As if she asked him, hey, I need you to go to Africa and figure shit out and come back and be better. And it was weird to see him just be like, but I didn't have that. And when she said, you don't, you're not thinking deep, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't just keep living life. And Chris said, like Monique wants me to move at her speed and be where she is. And I don't think he meant in their whole marriage. I think he meant she asked me a question about how I felt about our trip. And I didn't feel how she felt. And so now she mad at me. And I felt that. I felt like she thought you should have done something like I did it. And he didn't. And I felt bad for Chris in this scene. Because it was crazy to me. I think it's weird when someone wants you to have their experience. And I think it's weird when you don't get that. You could be harming your marriage. And this goes for both Chris and Monique, not just Monique. You could be harming your marriage when you're not paying attention to how your partner wants things to go, or when you try to force yourself on your partner. But again, I never like asking someone a question only for them to only have an answer that fits my narrative. And I felt in this scene, her narrative was I needed him to say yes. In Africa, I felt like, and he didn't have that. And so she got upset, which then caused the fight. That was weird for me, in my opinion. And Monique, I just feel like Chris wants me to be fully open. He wants me to be have my walls down, but he's the opposite. He's not fully open. His walls aren't fully down. He expects that of me, and that makes me mad. And now they fussing because she if he don't change, it will stay on this surface level as marriage, which isn't the best for either of us. Okay, and so she then kind of stops talking in general, because she's done talking in circles, and Chris kind of walks away because she won't talk to him. And to me, I'm like, it was a mess. It was a mess. And on their live, which I think y'all should go watch. Go ahead and watch the lives on my channel. Just seeing how they were talking. It was only like 4 hours, and it was an hour though of consistent conversation. However, when I felt like Chris seems to be more joking or fun about certain topics than Monique is. So in certain moments of, I hate that I can see the camera is just, pausing and stuff. So when Monique is talking about this or that, and Chris may be laughing, he may be making sexual innuendos, she's like, oh. And then in certain parts where Chris is like, They're like she's talking and he wanted to say something. He said, "Okay, now hush," or "Can you be quiet?" Like that would offend her, and I felt like you're stopping him from doing something that he's not trying to be offensive, but you're offended. So I did feel like if I'm talking a lot and my husband, okay, hush real quick, and because he wants to say something, I don't think I would take that as offensively as I felt like she did. What I respected though is that she was voicing how she felt, and Chris was receptive to that. So that's why I said, for sure, they have opened their marriage up to judgment. Because if you watch their live, honey, it's gonna go one way or the other. And even in the live, the comment section was saying how she was being so extra, and how looks unhappy. I do think Chris loves his wife. I think Monique also loves Chris. But I also get that she feel like it's been 10 years of this shit, and we need to change that. And she brought up how she used to work for him, and the reason they have this dynamic of her doing so much for him was because that was her job before they got married. That she was his manager at one point in time. And so it was her job to do everything for him. And once they got married, it kind of continued on. So, I mean, it was, it's definitely something to see, in my opinion. But I do think Chris and Monique love each other. I do think they want to be different. I just wish Chris could realize what he needs to do better. And I also wish that Monique would not want him to move at her pace. Because if things have been crazy for 10 years, you can't fix 10 years in a couple months. It takes years to fix years, in my opinion, because they both have their own ways and they both have to change in one way or the other. Okay. So I want to read some of y'all comments before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I'm done with this show. Okay. Because that's what it was. And we have to wait to see what happens next time on, Dragon Ball Z. Let me go back up to read some questions. Comments. Monique, I'll pop this up while we do that so I can see that better. Girl, fix it. Yeah, Monique made me mad in regards to that one. Gave the man time to think and give the man time to think and reflect. If he ain't on your time, you mad. And that's what he felt like. She asked me a question. He's like, I just wasn't prepared with an answer, and she was upset. And I was like, starting love over and over and over again in marriage. You fuss a lot in marriage. We don't love at the same level, but we do have to listen to our spouse. Marriage is give and take, and totally about communication in the right way. He needs to be more romantic in the bedroom. It's probably for Chris and Arena. I think they need a third party because Claire Monique no longer had the patience, and that snappy attitude is not helping. They brought up how they have a few therapists for different reasons or whatever, but they're still working on things. And I do not want to blame Monique at all, because I do not feel like it's her issue in their marriage. I think they're just at a rough patch where she wants different, he wants to change, but she just not, it's just not kicking. But in the live, it was hard to watch her snap at him for little things, and for him having to keep saying, baby, I'm playing. And it did come off like she can get mad at him for little shit. That's just how he is. Because for me, I don't get mad when, my dude tell me to hush. You don't do it often. Okay. However, sometimes when you're talking and or when two people are having a conversation, you may say, wait, be quiet, wait. You know what I'm saying? And you have to know your spouse or know your person. See, okay, are you being a rude asshole? Because I believe when Chris said, shut up is rude. But if someone's okay, wait, hush. It's a polite way to ask someone to be quiet. So when he then said, okay, baby, let's be quiet, she then said, okay, I like that. But later on, when he said be quiet, she then again got mad. So he can't win for losing. So it gives off vibes of she's being too hard on him. But we have to remember it's because she's been waiting for 10 years to get to this point of like not accepting what he's giving her. So it's just hard, honey. It's gonna be a hard fight there. She never gave him a space and grace to express himself in this time. I agree. She's questioning, what does Monique want from him? I really don't get it. I think Monique wants him to give her more romance. Monique feels like they're friends. And in marriage or in an actual relationship, you do not want to feel like the person is just your friend. You want some romance and you want some communication. And her point is, Chris isn't big on that. And she wants more of that. She wants Chris to be more expressive. And he's not doing that. So I think those are, good things that a spouse should want from the other. So I don't think she's asking for much, but she's also asking that of him when that's kind of not who he's been this whole time, and it's gonna be a whole learning curve. Monique and Chris, I don't think they're doing that, but everybody has their own opinion. Their own opinion. I'm good to the same thing. I hate Monique doesn't let this show lose its. They spoke about that on the live, so go ahead and check the live out. I feel like Monique thinks Chris isn't as smart about some things. Your thoughts about a person can and will be projected in how you react to them. I can get that. I get what you mean for sure. The aha moments are different for individuals, and you cannot force it, right? And it's like you asked him out. Even I was like, well, damn, did he? See, he may not have, because that may not have been Chris's point for the trip. If that was her point, if your point was to go and get this, this on-site of feelings and vibes and whatever, that was your thing that you wanted. That does not mean that he did that. And if he didn't, your response should not be, see, you're gonna be basic. I was like, that's not nice. That's not nice. And I get the happens after a while when someone won't do what you expect, what you ask, but it's never worked for my situation. So yeah. And it just depends. Did their marriage conflict go away or something? No, they're just still having issues. Basically. And it's all about the communication, because as much as she wants him to be better, she also said in her life that she knows she needs to be better to her mouth and how she sometimes snaps. But again, that laugh, and he was like, "Ooh, Lord Jesus," you're like, maybe and that was the first live that I saw since this show was aired, where both Chris and Monique, were talking together. Usually it's her talking and he on the sideline or whatever on his phone, and he's there if he's not talking. He was like actively in this one. Okay. But again, let's go ahead and move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay, which we know has been just problematic, okay? So we have folks who have new confessional looks, and y'all know I love to talk about the fashion, okay, of it all, because it's fun. It's fun. So Tiffany had 2 new looks in her confessional. Wanda had a new look in hers as well. Tiffany, I like both looks. I wish she would have pulled her hair up in a bun and the silvery black look, because her curly, beautiful hair with that thick ass necklace don't go. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. Now, her in a green look is really, really cute. It's really, really simple, but it's also really, really cute. It does not make her look older or younger. I mean, it's a I'm going to teach you for a conference look as well, but it's still cute and I like it. Okay. Now Wanda, I picked this look, this particular expression for Wanda because I take different screenshots and what comes. Okay, usually I'll try to get different ones, but this is the one and only the first shot I take a Wanda. I'm like, this explains Wanda. It explains Wanda. A matter of fact, when I'm going to do a live for Carlos's nightcap tonight at some point. I just don't know what time. That live may be up at around 10. I may have that be like a later night live. So maybe like 10:30. And we can discuss some Miss Wanda things as well. But I felt like this matters her energy. This is what it is. Okay. Miss Wanda outfit, it's the shoulder pads for me. It's the wig for me. Okay. It's the big ass earrings for me that I'm like, ma'am, no. Wanda to me is beautiful. If you like on her page, on her Facebook page or whatever, I see her like less all extra, whatever. She's a beautiful older woman. But Wanda be on bullshit. okay, on complete bullshit. And I'm like, go sit down somewhere. I don't like this look. I think the hair is too much, the earrings are too much. I don't mind the color of the dress. I don't like the shoulder pads though. So out of these three looks, my favorite would probably be Tiffany in the middle with the green, okay, and the light jewelry. Because I'm, I just can't. What? Why did give me? She attended Mary Ruffin? Not really. She attended Tydale funeral on down in the valley where the girls get naked. Girl, Lord Jesus. She went to the funeral. Okay. If y'all did not know, I did review what's that show called? P Valley. That review was up on my channel as well. Go ahead and watch that. But yes, Wanda is attractive. If you can get past Wanda's wackiness, she's a beautiful woman. And so is Tisha. So is everyone on the show. But Wanda has a way of making herself look ugly. Okay? Look ugly. And that's what's so aggravating. Okay, so aggravating. And it's like you just sometimes wanna, punch in the throat. But you can't because she's an elder. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay, but again, I'm like, at least it was what it was. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay, so the first thing we see is Tiffany. I felt like I don't want to be rude to Tiffany and her family, her husband, her storyline. I was bored, and they're trying to force this Tiffany looking for a father down our throats, and I don't care. I don't know if it's because I did not care for her last season, but I feel this is my feeling on Tiffany and her storyline. Tiffany and Lewis has not given us much at all. Tiffany and Lewis has not given us enough of their own storyline for me to give any kind of fucks about her finding her birth father. While I feel like that is a very, very important life offering, decision and journey. And I wish her the best, to find what she's looking for. But I was so bored. I was extremely bored. And I was like, ma'am, go sit down somewhere. Now she talks to her parents about, letting them know that she wants to go find her birth father. And she already had found her birth mom like years ago. So they already went through that. But like her mom, her adoptive mom, found her birth father like when she was like 30. And she said how when she found her birth father, like it did not change the dynamic in her life in general. Now her adoptive father said for him when he found out she wanted to find her parents, he feared that would replace them as her parents. So he had a fear of, damn, so she's gonna find them and then we won't be in her life anymore. But he realized, that was not true or whatever, and that would not happen. So when she found her birth mom told her who she thought her daddy was. They found that man, and then they had a DNA test, and it turns out he was the father. Okay, so her mom never gave her bio mom never gave her any other information. Now, again, I was bored. She then went with her and Mel on a little road trip. Okay, and I feel like Mel was all of America. Mel was me. Mel was asleep in the car. Her and Mel driving down there, and Mel brought up how, she told me how her birth mom stopped talking to her once they found out the man she thought was her birth father was not. And Mel said she was probably ashamed about her past. Okay. And that could be the reason why, she didn't give no more information. And I like how Tiffany brought up how, she get that, why this could be a whole important, meaningful thing for her. Who knows how painful this all could be for the mama? Because her birth mom was white and her birth father is allegedly black. Yes, Mel fell asleep. I fell asleep. We all fell asleep. Mel did look nice. But Mel came dressed like she was going to a business lunch. I'm like, man, where your sneakers at? Mel was in heels. Mel looked cute, don't get me wrong. Okay. But Mel to me was not dressed for a road trip. I'll leave that be. But it was just weird for me. The whole conversation was weird or whatever. See, I feel bad for Tiffany. Her mama can't tell her who her father is, and then the lady on the goose chase. And I said, this is a whole pointless wild goose chase because your mom, you don't know, you don't have any records. Like she has nothing to go on besides my mom from this time. Let's go to the city or whatever, and go to the newspaper or whatever, and see if we can find any connection to who she could have known then or kids born around that time. It was a whole wild goose chase. And I'm like, Mel was asleep because it was boring. It was boring. This is just not my thought process on how to get anyone to give any fuck about Tiffany. And that does not mean I feel like her finding her birth father is like pointless, because I don't think that at all. I just think Tiffany and Lewis has not given us enough to feel invested in what they got going on. At all. At all. I don't get it. I don't like it, okay? Now, she get on her and Lewis want to have another baby. I also didn't care. Because I felt like you lying. I feel like she's saying shit to give herself a storyline. I don't believe it. So she because Lewis feel like she's too busy for a baby. But Tiffany's like, I can make time because I make time for him. I give him ass, I give him head. I work from 6 a.m. until sometime 11 p.m. or whatever. So I don't get why he act like I'm too busy. I don't know. If you up here working from 6 to 11 and giving him head and giving him ass, you don't have time for a baby at all. And I felt like the storyline was pointless. Pointless. I agree. I see no difference in Lewis and Tiffany and Kimmy and Maurice, who have no storylines. The difference is we've watched Maurice and Kimmy for 3 seasons give us stuff. So we're invested in them. And that's my point. When you are invested in characters, when shit gets boring, you don't care too much that it's boring. You can't be new and boring. You can't be new to the show and also boring. And yeah, Lewis's point was sent. You do not have time for another kid, because you working all day, and in the other time you up here give me head and ass, okay? And also the other kids. So you do not have time. And it's weird that she wants, I don't know. And when Mel just dozed, I said, girl, I dozed off too. Because I was confused. I was over it. I did not want it anymore. Okay. They then get to the city, just like a small city in Alabama. They can't really find shit. They go to the paper or whatever, and some white man say, back in them days, if a white woman was with a black man, he would probably get lynched. I'm like, not get lynched. I'm like, what? And I'm like, she not that old. Like, she was born in the late 70s. Because I think, maybe the 80s. I don't know. I can't tell how old Tiffany is. But I was like, did he say that because he just that's what he would do? Right. In 87. Right. I'm like, in 87? Because the mom would have been dating the dude in the late 70s or early 80s. But I'm like, but again, we have to remember, I do understand that in the South, that may have been true. Because, it's still folks in the South who feel that exact same way now. But it was weird that was his point. You see this fact right here? I'm not gonna say it out loud though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it out loud. But I'm like, so I get it, but I still was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But it was like, that's all the info they kind of got from there, and they then lead a little library. It was the ground what it was. Because they didn't really get anything, in my opinion. And when they walk out, it's a man across the street. And I'm like, who's the random black man? Well, he was the owner of the barbershop across the street. And then when she showed him a picture of her mom, because again, I'm trying to get information about her, who, she lived here, all these years ago. The barbershop owner, he just so happened. Oh, yeah, I know her. I knew her back then. Yeah. She had a friend, yeah. She was always hanging around, black guys. Okay, but when I met her, or when I knew her, she was already pregnant. I'm like, oh, okay, because it's not your baby. So again, nothing was solved. Nothing was figured out. It was just more of we don't know. And the sad part is she probably will never know who her father is because it was a closed adoption. It's been all these years. The place where they held any records of even her mom's school or whatever, I think like burned down. So the only way, truthfully, for her to figure out who her father is would be for her mama to tell her who else it could be. Her mom only gave her one name. So she may really be on a wild goose chase unless she go online and post her mama name and picture and say, hey, if you slept with this lady back in the 80s, let me know. You could be my father. But I was like, this is a wild. It was a bullshit ass wild goose chase, and male being asleep was how I felt. Her mom was probably a bit of a hoe who lived in another town. She don't even know if the guy was from Utah, whatever name, Utah. All she knows is that where the black people lived, and that's what Mel said. She probably was ashamed, and that's why she not giving you more information because she may have been out there just banging black people, just to be whatever, and so she may not know at all, and that could be why she gave the baby up. Because I can't be around here not even know who the daddy is, and let alone it's gonna be, what I'm saying, a black man baby. That's crazy. Her mom knows couldn't have been that many teen or younger black men. She could have been a pass around. She's half white, that's why she looks older. Not all this messy. I didn't say that. Her mom gave her one name, and he did turn out to be the father. So I'm guessing that she didn't know who the actual father is, and that could be why she don't want to talk about it no more. Because you can't keep asking me shit that I don't have the answer to. Was it me or was it same stage? It was a little bit. And because I'm like, it was boring. Let's move on. Anyway, Wanda, Tisha, Marcel go to the broke down ass truck. It's weird to me that Wanda really wants to do this food truck and then took them to a broken down food truck that doesn't work. You want me to invest in your business, but you took me to this. I don't think this is a food truck. I feel like it's an old mail truck. And she just wants to have it fixed up to be a food truck. And that's what's weird to me. That's a bad business decision. I feel like there has to be better food trucks somewhere in America than this truck that don't start. And the fact that Marceau had to be the one to say the fucking truck don't work. Like it can't start. Who wants to have a mobile truck business and they pick a truck that's going to cost us more money to fix it that it can make us. If you're going to spend 40 grand on a truck that it's going to cost at least. When Marcel asked that man how much would it cost, because in the inside, it ain't shit kitchen about it. The inside is empty. And why not spend 80 grand on a fully functional truck? Why spend 40 on a fixer? That's just the most stupidest shit ever. Ever. Wanda's stupid. And at this point, I'm like, okay, they playing us. Ain't no way this your food truck at the all. And Marcel, like, this is a bad investment because your mama won a mobile food truck business and brought us a truck that does not work. That's stupid. We might as well toss our money out the fucking window. And Tisha, who feel like it's my mama, so we're gonna help her. And I'm all for, if you have the money and your mom has a legitimate business, I'm all for supporting that. But Marcel is your mama don't make no damn sense. And it's dumb to invest in her because she don't make no damn sense. She just wants to do something because she thinks it's going to be smart, and that's not true. What's the point of getting a broken down truck to be a mobile truck? You have to drive around for shit. And teach like we're not loaning her the money. We're going to give it to her. What is done? It's done. I was like, at this point, they're playing in our face. At this point, remember how Love and Hip Hop used to be very authentic in the beginning seasons? Like the first 3 or 4 seasons of Love and Hip Hop, it was authentic. After that, it was a whole bunch of stage shit for, just for shits and giggles. I feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville has hit that plateau. Producers is out here producing shit. Producers out here working with castmates to make things that will be good for the show. It's not reality anymore. It can't be. Because ain't no way on God's green earth that they went here in the cold. Because you said Tisha bundled up. It's cold outside. Y'all out here looking at a broken down aspect that does not make sense. Not to you, not to me, not to any damn one. I agree. They're reaching. And the reason I think they're reaching is because no one wants to put their true tea, their true business out in these streets. And so we're making up shit to still have a show. And that's stupid. That's dumb. When Marceau is the voice of reason, ain't no way. Ain't no way. The truck is trash. Yes, it is trash. Okay. They need new couples. This is the issue I have with the show. They know they need new couples, and they'll then bring in new people. Like they brought in Stormy, who has a whole husband and a whole bitch and a whole baby, and we don't get any of that shit. But we up here watching Wanda show Marceau a broken down mail truck to make her a food truck. And Tisha's response is, "Well, we flip houses. We no, you don't have you do not have to. You do not have to flip a mail truck into a food truck." And this is the gotcha. Wanda isn't even successful at selling food yet. She thinks she has good food and she wants to make it a business, but she does not have a successful food business yet. But she wants them to give her 40 grand for a food truck. Get out of my fucking face. And what makes me mad is the fact that Mel and Martell has to live out loud their issues. And now that Mel and Martell are no longer trying to be a part of the foolishness of their lives, the other couples are bringing in family members to be a part of the bullshit, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm starting to think they drop a lot of rumors for TV time, and Marceau plays into it, and this was a whole setup to get Wanda's side. Boom. But I think I think the whole reason for them bringing all this other shit is because they don't have nothing else to do. They do not want to discuss their actual shit at all. And when Tisha then brought up how you don't want to invest in my mom, but you're a part of what Martell, who tried to destroy our family. Oh, we always take it back to the destroying our family. And when Marceau said, "What your mom has also tried to do shit to our family." So what's the difference? It's dumb. It's dumb. And he like, "I'm not going to invest in this because the truck don't work." It doesn't work. Okay. So then Wanda gets everybody together to try her food for this food truck. Again, Wanda has not had a successful business yet. Wanda around here with all these folks around here who's supposed to be tasting their food. And what happens is, because it was all Tisha's family. I said, "Oh, we're getting introduced to her cousins, her brother, the brother's girlfriends, the crazy cousin Bernard, who's always on live with Wanda. We see Wanda's husband, or at least it said Tisha's stepfather. Tisha's stepfather's the guy in the corner in the gold jacket. That's it said. So I'm assuming that's Wanda's husband, who I've never seen before. But they're showing us Tisha's side, and I'm like, why? For what? So Wanda had a food tasting event, and no one else from the show came. Not Destiny, who she be hanging out with, not Kiki and Maurice, not Marte. Like, you miss me with the bullshit. I'm like, my notes say, "Oh, the fact that they're introducing Tisha's side of the family makes it seem like they will be trying to do a spinoff with that side of the family," and I don't want it. I don't. I do not need to see Tisha's other side of the tracks as family. I don't want it. I don't want it. Not today or tomorrow or ever. I don't want it. I'm not interested at all. Cause they're just as uncouth as Wanda. I was like, why are y'all here? Y'all sitting around. And this is the thing. We then see, why are we seeing a conversation between Tisha's brother, her cousin, and his girlfriend of the brother telling the cousin that the girlfriend pregnant? I'm like, we don't care. We don't know him. We get no fucks about his girlfriend being pregnant. I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What is going? You can't fool me, Carlos. Not today, not ever. No one cares about a spinoff of Tisha's family. What it gives is Tisha and Marcel is tired of giving money to or supporting the other side of the track people. So let's put them on the show and let them make their own money. That's what's given, in my opinion. And that's on bullshit. And we barely can tolerate Wanda. Can you imagine like 8 different Wandas? Then the brother telling the cousin that the girlfriend pregnant. The girlfriend, I did not want to tell. The girlfriend was shocked that he told people because she didn't want anybody to know. Why? Because he's still getting divorced. Tisha's brother is still legally married in the middle of divorce, have other kids, and he now has another woman pregnant. And when Tisha said, we know you need to stop that because you're not, financially stable or whatever. You can't keep having kids. And I'm just outdone. And the girlfriend who looked shocked, like, I can't believe you told him I was pregnant. But you pregnant. What's going on? I was pissed. This whole thing made me mad. Okay. Then the cousin who was told the brother had a baby on the way, she then gonna tell Tisha that she getting divorced. And she has 5 kids. So the cousin is the girl in the front with the pink shirt on. She tells Tisha, I got 5 kids and I'm secretly divorcing. And I'm like, oh, y'all want us to think that Tisha's the one who has shit together. And so she's advising her cousin, her brother on what they should be doing. Because she missed me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. Okay, I was over it. I do not want a spinoff of Tisha's family. I do not. Not at all. And the fact that I really feel like they're using Tisha's family to avoid really addressing anything going on with Marcel and Tisha. And then the family up there question Marcel about, is you cheating? Is you being nice to my cousin? Was that your back in the hotel? I'm like, really? That's what we're doing? Really? Y'all gonna grill him about Tisha now? Were you in Atlanta? What was that you? Why did you miss me with the bullshit? Okay. And I was just over it. I was completely over the whole, and even you don't answer the questions, Marcel. You never answer our questions. We do. I don't know if they think we stupid. I don't know if they just are out of storyline. I don't know what's going on. What I do know is you won't fool me twice. Not at all. Not today. Okay. The girlfriend may not have decided she was going to keep the baby. She was probably pissed. She was mad. And I could not figure out if she was mad because she may not have wanted to keep it or if she was just too early. Because when he talked to Wanda and told Wanda about it, and Wanda was in mad, I can't believe, really? You said, and because he admitted she may be pregnant, but she took a test and she found out a couple. I was like, this show is getting boring, and all the drama going on social media is almost making taping the show irrelevant. Last week, because the fight happened last week, the fight was more interesting than the episode. And this week, it was boring. This week, it was about Tiffany and their fucking birth father. This shit right here, and then looking at a food truck. So with an hour of television, that's all we got? Really? Really? So they need to do better. OWN has, they have shows or whatever, but I'm like, look, it's on bullshit, okay? And then when her cousin, the dude with the white hair cousin, is talking to myself about, you on bullshit, you don't be answering the question. Tisha be supporting you or whatever, and Tisha gonna say, if I wanted him to answer too. I always wanted Marcel to answer, but I realized that I need to listen to my own intuition, and I can't be, listen to rumors from other people. Because I'm not naive. I can research and find out what I need to find out. Lies being told. Because your intuition, Tisha's intuition has been told her he cheating. She can't prove it. That's it. Yeah, and Wanda said, I'm already raising 2 kids. I can't raise a third, which to me means she must be raising either the brother's kids or the daughter, because Rhonda raises 2 of her grandkids, and she only has 3 kids: the Tisha, the brother, and the daughter. So again, no one is in control of shit. Okay, and I'm not. I can't. Yeah, the sequel will be equal to Honey Boo Boo. No thanks. No thanks. It's just no point. It's no point at all. And this scene would not have been so horrible if they really focused on them trying Wanda food and not trying to check Marcel. And Marcel is so far removed from being, involved in the bullshit. He played along with them. Okay, come on, let's talk. You're fine. Because then it's less shit for him to do. And that was it. I was just like, Lord, please fix it. I don't want to. I do not want a spinoff of Tisha's family. We don't like them enough. We don't like Wanda enough. Now Wanda was all on social media, talking shit about this and that. But we'll get into that when I go review Carlos's nightcap later today. But y'all, that was it. Because then we see the Kiki walk in and the show goes off. So again, the whole show was them watching a damn food truck. Tiffany looking for a daddy, and then this shit, some goddamn potato bullshit, girl. I need y'all to make sure that you're up and liking the video, because I torture myself dealing with all this stuff for y'all. I'm joking. But this is crazy. This is a Tisha Marceau episode. It was a Tisha Marceau episode. We didn't get anybody. We didn't even get. And how do we not get Maurice and Kimmy? Because anytime they had some shit, Tisha and Marcel be there, but also Wanda. So why didn't Wanda have? Well, I'm gonna leave that be though. I'm going to leave that be, okay? But I'm gonna leave it here, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation of it all. Okay. I'm about to go watch Carlos' show and then try to schedule a live at around 9:30 tonight to have a conversation about that. Let's hope that Monique and Dio Hughes are offline and I can rest from them. Other than that, have a great rest of y'all Sunday. Have a great day. Go get some water, or go get some fruits. Okay. But other than that, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Look, I was here. Man, put my glasses, I can see. I can't see without my glasses. You know what I'm saying? But my signal kept going out, so hi, everything. Good time to have all y'all. I will try to come back tonight for things. Okay. I will be live tomorrow for Housewives of Atlanta. Next week is my last week off work. Oh my God, I've been off work for so long. Okay, I gotta go back to work. And so live will probably be either early in the morning or later when I get off, like after 8 p.m. However, have a good day. Have a good night. Do not forget to like the video. Okay. Do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and Twitter. Y'all know, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to all of those who watch live. Okay. Thank you for those who will be re-watching. I love you all. Peace and blessings around here. Gotta go. Bye-bye.